Watch Fiona and Cake and you'll see a pattern play out across two characters who learn the same brutal lesson. See if you can spot it by looking at Fiona first. In Season 1, our hero stopped the scarab and prevented reality from collapsing. Now she's back in her normalized world and learns that the Sweet Spot, the community center where everyone hangs out, is about to get torn down. Queenie, the owner, demands $50,000 by the weekend to prevent its demolition.
Queenie wants $50,000!
Yes!
And I kinda pissed her off, so if it's not in her hands by the end of the week, the Sweet Spot's gonna be turned into a parking lot.
She feels like it's her obligation because she was the one to piss her off. So Fiona immediately volunteers to organize a fundraiser concert, and the group starts discussing logistics and plans to make it a reality. But when it comes time to actually delegate tasks, Fiona locks in on all the responsibility herself. She has capable friends. Cake can design flyers, Marshall Lee is a musician who can perform, Gary can handle food, but Fiona frames the mission as her burden to carry. She has 1 week to make it happen all herself. In turn, she becomes the single point of failure for every decision. Watch what happens when people actually try to help. Gary offers to organize a bake sale, but Fiona says they need something bigger, rejecting the small, achievable help in favor of her imaginary grand solution that doesn't exist yet. Then there's Hunter, who offers a venue for the fundraiser, but Fiona is too caught up chasing memories of her ex, DJ Flame, to even acknowledge it. And many, many more examples. Each rejection looks reasonable in isolation, she looks efficient. Except she's not actually efficient, she's just paralyzed by the need to control everything. By the time we hit episode 5, Fiona has blown through her deadline week and hasn't raised a single dollar. She's also homeless and broke because of her own actions at this point. The deadline is overdue, and now she has to make a deal with Queenie to raise $70,000 instead of $50,000. And that's not the worst part. Her desperation escalates to the point where she's willing to make a dangerous deal with Hannah Abadir, Marshall Lee's controlling mother, to secure the funds, even though this directly betrays Marshall's values and boundaries. The bottleneck here is Fiona's identity. She just can't accept that saving the Sweet Spot might require collective effort rather than her individual heroics. She has to be the one who fixes it, because if she's not the hero, who is she? The whole season is setting Fiona up for failure, and in episode 8, everything does go wrong. Fiona gets captured during a mission and misses the fundraiser entirely. She's stuck in cosmic court, unable to save anything, forced to sit helpless while her community faces this crisis without her. When she finally escapes and returns, she's expecting chaos, expecting to find the Sweet Spot closed down because she wasn't there to prevent it. Instead, she finds that they succeeded, without her. Cake stretched across the entire city gathering donations. Marshall Lee performed emotionally, opening up in ways that he never does. Gary Prince coordinated everything. Even Mcron helped. Together, they raised $70,000, enough to save the Sweet Spot. Fiona should be relieved. Everything she fought for has been accomplished, and they finally get their Sweet Spot back. Instead, she's devastated.
They boys' nighted without me?
What follows is a complete identity crisis. Fiona impulsively kisses DJ Flame, seeking validation, trying to feel like she matters to someone, while destroying her friendship with Fennel in the process. And while she's spiraling, trying to process what just happened, she says the quiet part out loud.
I bust my butt for their dreams, to make them happy, and then they go and just do it without me?
This is the real wound that she's hiding. Fiona wants to be the hero who saves the day. If they can succeed without her, then who is she? Why does she even matter? So she steals a bulldozer and demolishes the Sweet Spot. The thing she tried to save, the very thing her friends just successfully saved, she destroys, right in front of everyone. By episode 9, Fiona is sitting in the ruins of what she's done. Huntress Wizard finds her there, and Fiona is completely broken.
Did I secretly want them to fail? I'm horrible.
She's finally at the point where she can't run from what refusing help has cost her. She bulldozed her community center because her friends didn't need her to save it. She's surrounded by people who care about her, who just proved that they can work together as a successful team, and she destroyed everything because she couldn't handle not being the hero. And the character that just showed up to see her failure is the exact one that's also refusing help for the entire series. But her path is emotionally even heavier. It starts with her mission that's way different than Fiona's. Huntress Wizard discovers Finn poisoned and dying. We're no longer just talking about saving a piece of real estate, we're talking about Finn, the main man Finn. She tries everything she can to heal him herself, using Hyper Viper to create healing flowers, burning incense, running through every antidote she knows. Nothing works. Finn passes out again. Meanwhile, in the Candy Kingdom, Simon, Marceline, and Princess Bubblegum are all desperately trying to find ways to help Finn. They're researching, experimenting, coming up with plans. Help is there and available. A whole team of capable people wanting to save Finn. But Huntress Wizard makes a choice. She leaves Finn with Simon and goes to the heart of the forest alone, even telling him to forget all about the place. She doesn't coordinate with Marceline or Princess Bubblegum. She doesn't tell anyone her plan or ask for backup on what she knows is an extremely dangerous mission to a sacred, forbidden place. She just goes. This is the moment where refusing help becomes fatal. Finn is dying. And instead of building a team and combining resources with the people who care about him, Huntress Wizard decides that this is her mission to complete alone, like everything else in her life. She tracks down the heart of the forest and confronts the Witch Wizard guarding it. The fight is brutal, but Huntress Wizard wins. She overpowers the Guardian and reaches for the healing sap. But when she extracts it, something goes terribly wrong. The heart of the forest bleeds out and dies. Or, well, almost dies, as PB has to put it out of its suffering later. The moment it almost dies, every green wizard in existence loses their magic instantly. Centuries of magical tradition gone.
You've doomed us all! Kill her!
A blast tears her apart, scattering her consciousness as seeds across multiple dimensions, all separated from each other and from any possible help. When Huntress Wizard finally manages to regenerate in Fiona's world, Fiona tries to help. She wants to call Simon to coordinate, to get everyone working together. And Huntress Wizard initially refuses. When Fiona finally gets her on the phone with Simon and Princess Bubblegum, though, they ask what she's planning, what she knows about the heart of the forest. And Huntress Wizard won't even tell them. She insists on handling things on her own. Princess Bubblegum berates her for being secretive while Finn is literally dying. Huntress Wizard gets angry enough about that she destroys the phone. The only communication line to Ooh, gone because of a moment of frustration. When Huntress Wizard needs to find Fiona World's heart of the forest, she doesn't ask for help finding it. She demands it, at knife point.
Take me now!
Even when people are trying to help her, she can't accept it as collaboration. It has to be on her terms, under her control. And just like Fiona, that pattern goes on and on, until the two are finally at a crossroad during the cosmic trial, where something special happens. At first, Fiona tries to protect Huntress Wizard by blaming Finn for the death that they're being accused of.
Finn did it. We helped move the body, but Dream Finn done the deed.
Huntress Wizard immediately tries to stop her.
That's not true!
Then she bonks Fiona on the head, genuinely angry, which is exactly the moment the two versions of refusing help come together. Huntress Wizard can give help to anyone who asks, but accepting it herself means admitting that she's weak and soft and can't protect anyone, which is what she fears the most. Fiona's version of I work alone looks different from Huntress Wizard's. She's surrounded by friends, by people who want to help her, but she can't accept that help because if she's not the one saving everyone, then she's nobody. So she becomes the bottleneck, the burden, and eventually the bulldozer that destroys what she was trying to protect. Two characters, two different ways of doing everything themselves, and different ways of suffering the consequences. But then something changes. When Huntress Wizard enters Fiona's mind to access the undergrowth, they find each other's pain, and that changes everything. Immediately after entering Fiona's mindscape, they're confronted with something neither of them expected. Fiona sees Huntress Wizard's childhood trauma playing out in front of her. A house fire, dead parents, young Huntress Wizard completely alone. When Fiona witnesses this pain, the shared vulnerability becomes a portal to the undergrowth. Once inside the undergrowth, they encounter Fiona's childhood memories and trauma. Young Fiona, alone in an animal shelter, surrounded by cats.
Who's the kid?
I don't know. She doesn't really talk to anyone but the cats.
Fiona built the exact same armor Huntress Wizard did, just from different circumstances. She's a kid in a shelter with no family, learning that cats are safer than people because cats don't leave you by choice. Both of them learned independence as survival. They convinced themselves that being self-sufficient meant being strong, when really it just meant being alone. As they move deeper into the undergrowth, Fiona gets to access more memories, specifically Finn's worst trauma, the memory of Jake's death. She's reaching for it when Fern physically stops her.
You don't want to see that one. Trust me.
He protects her from the pain that she doesn't need to carry. This is help that Fiona didn't ask for, but Fern gives it anyway, because sometimes the best support is just keeping someone from hurting themselves further while they're on their own path. Before leaving the undergrowth, Cake makes an announcement. She's staying behind with the karmic worm to figure some things out for herself.
I think I need to see what else this place has in store for me. But if you need me, you just say the word, Fee.
This shows what healthy interdependence actually looks like. She's taking space for her own growth while making it clear that she's still available if Fiona needs her, prioritizing herself without disappearing from the people she loves. Before parting ways, Cake pulls Huntress Wizard into a group hug with Fiona. Huntress Wizard, of course, is immediately flustered, blushing, and resists the physical affection because this goes against everything she's built herself to be. And as an autist myself, I do get this a little bit. But then she stops resisting and relaxes into it and accepts it.
Thank you for all the help.
It's the first time in the entire series that we see Huntress Wizard accept affection freely, without having to be the one giving help first. Both characters entered episode 9 broken by their refusal to ask for help, and when the undergrowth showed each other their wounds, they both learned the same lesson. Asking for help doesn't make you less special or less strong, it makes you human. So, what actually changes when you finally ask for help? Well, everything and nothing. You don't suddenly become weak or dependent, you don't lose who you were, you don't lose the skills that got you through the hard times. Think to yourself and ask yourself the last time you helped someone. Did you think they were weak for asking your help? Or did you feel really nice that they asked you? And did you feel great doing it? The answer to that might shift your perspective the next time you ask for help. Allow the others to feel that good emotion from helping you. Because if you don't ask for help, we've seen what happens, the isolation and the loneliness that can come from it, the pain and suffering that can result from refusing others' help. Both Huntress Wizard and Fiona almost destroyed everything they tried to save because they thought they could save them themselves. And the irony is, they were always surrounded by people willing to help them from the start. Simon, Cake, Hunter, Fiona's friends. The help is available. The love, the kindness, the affection, the cooperation is there. They just have to learn to accept it. Sometimes accepting the cannonballs that life lobs at you can be tough, but having people around you who care for you, who love you, who leave nice comments in YouTube videos can mean a lot. And it does. It did for me. It did for the people behind this channel, the writer, the editor, me, everyone behind this channel. It really means a lot. So thank you for liking, subscribing, commenting, watching our content. It really does mean a lot. If you want to learn more about how acceptance and sacrifice works, and you want to see what our comments are about Fiona and Cake and what that teaches us about sacrifice, make sure to click here. You don't need to destroy yourself or sacrifice any parts of your body to reach acceptance. So make sure to watch that video, let us know what you think, and we'll see you there. Peace, everyone.